As we walked from the bar and the stadium loomed over us, I remembered the excitement. Some of my earliest memories were of the iron-framed colossal quivering to the stomping of our feet. I loved the Orange Bowl. On their opening drive, the Huskers moved downfield rather easily. However, we got a huge lift when we forced Nebraska to attempt a field goal and then blocked it. It was such a momentum swing, and then Bernie Kosar's 2 touchdown passes to Glenn Dennison, along with a 45-yard Jeff Davis field goal, gave Miami a stunning 17-0 lead at the end of one quarter. Alex was analytical when it came to sports. "Scotty, I guarantee you this game is not over. Fuck." In the third quarter against Colorado, Nebraska scored 7 touchdowns in 12 minutes. Nebraska didn't panic. Early in the second quarter, Osborne reached into his bag of tricks, running a play known as the fumble-rooski. Nebraska quarterback Gill intentionally fumbled the snap from center by setting it down on the turf. The ball was then picked up by all-world offensive guard Dean Steinkuhler, who ran the ball 19 yards for a touchdown. "Al, what the fuck just happened? That's a fucking Sandlot play. Oh, fuck. Fuck. These guys might be tricky, but not tricky enough for Liberty City." That's sure not the first or the last time that play's been run, but it might become the most famous if they win. A touchdown run by Gill later in the period made the score 17-14 at halftime, and Nebraska would kick a field goal early in the third quarter to tie the game at 17. Kosar would pass for exactly 300 yards on the night, and Highsmith and Bentley scored touchdowns to cap each of those long drives. Things would get even bleaker for Nebraska when Rozier left the game with an injured ankle. However, backup I-back Jeff Smith came off the bench and scored on a 1-yard run early in the fourth quarter, which brought the margin back to 31-24. Then Nebraska caught a break when Davis missed a 42-yard field goal attempt that would have made the margin 10 points in favor of the Hurricanes. Then the Huskers went to work. Gill completed a long pass to Fryer, which took the ball inside the Miami 35 with under 2 minutes to go. On 1st and 10 from the Miami 26, Gill found a wide-open Fryer all alone in the end zone and threw a perfect pass, which, astonishingly, Fryer dropped. This play would later be forgotten in the midst of what would come soon after, but it may have taken on a much greater significance in Husker history had they not eventually scored. A running play and an incomplete pass followed, setting up a 4th down and 8 from the Miami 24-yard line with the clock running down inside a minute. Osborne called an option play, which Gill ran to his right, initially keeping the ball and running into the grasp of a Miami defender before pitching the ball at the last second to a streaking Smith, who sprinted in the rest of the way, making the score 31-30 Miami with the extra point pending. A successful kick would have tied the score. Instead, Osborne went for the win, and with it, risked everything. In the Pleistocene era, there was no overtime. Hurricane Kenny Calhoun broke up the conversion pass from Turner Gill to I-back Jeff Smith, leaving the brilliant Hurricanes with a 31-30 upset victory over the top-ranked Cornhuskers. While we were going crazy, I spied a downcast vendor clutching a dozen red and white Nebraska pennants. He'd been trying to pawn them in our section, which aggravated me. Delirious as Demeter, I bought them all and lit them on fire, waving the victory torch over my head. After a lifetime of Orange Bowl games, we were in an unexpected realm. "We were trying to win the game," Osborne said. "I don't think you go for a tie in that case. You try to win the game. We wanted an undefeated season and a clear-cut national championship." A tie would most likely have been enough to give the Huskers the national championship with a 12-0-1 record, since second-ranked Texas also lost earlier in the day to Georgia in the Cotton Bowl Classic, and third-ranked Auburn had won unimpressively.